Hey guys, what is up? It's Kat here. We're jumping right into the Barriss Offee arc of Tales of the Empire. I am curious by the release decision here of they had the Morgan Elsbeth episodes just all up front and now the 3 Barriss episodes. I'm curious only because I was expecting maybe them to be interspliced because I do feel like there's lots of parallels between these two, women and their respective arcs, their journeys of having been driven to the absolute brink. As we saw with Morgan Elsbeth, she loses everything and then just immediately embarks on a path of just absolute hatred, just fueling everything that she really does. She doesn't really necessarily have like any love or compassion like left in her, seemingly. She just loses everything and decides to just drag the world down with her. So for Barriss, at this point she has been driven to her brink. We've seen her snap. So I am curious if there will be any necessarily parallels to draw between her arc and Morgan's. I do like to believe there's a reason they chose 2 characters specifically. There's got to be some connections. I'm especially excited though for Barriss's arc in particular, not to play favorites, but I think just the Inquisitor process of training in general is what's going to be most exciting. We're going to see a lot of familiar faces here. The Grand Inquisitor, I could listen to that man talk all day long, so I'm just excited to see an appearance from him again. So without further ado, I'm just going to shut up and we're going to get right into this. What the frick? Does she, sense Order 66 in prison? Oh god! It's everything you've hoped for, girl.
Has there been an attack?
Just be glad you're not a Jedi anymore. But tomorrow, they won't exist.
Frick. True, she lucked out. It's interesting though, she looks like she has mixed feelings. She doesn't look happy.
Stand up, Barriss Offee. Lynn? Things have changed. You are serving a life sentence for crimes against the Republic. It seems you were right after all. The Jedi tried to assassinate Chancellor Palpatine. I'm here to present you with an opportunity, Barriss. Will you take it?
Seems like she's gonna die if she doesn't. Hype. Oh, frick. Is this the beginnings of Fortress Inquisitorius? No, it looks like they're setting up shop. OMG.
Barriss,
Dante.
I thought you were in prison.
Now that you've all arrived, we may begin. You're here because the Jedi failed the Republic. The Republic has been reorganized into the First Galactic Empire. Emperor Palpatine will bring order. His vision must be protected at all costs. Prove yourselves worthy, and you may join us. I advise you not to leave until we meet again.
Dang, this is so cool. Frick. I wonder if those other Jedi Padawans that she knew went willingly, or if they were, captured.
What he said back there doesn't sound any better than the Jedi, Dante.
I wouldn't.
So they went willingly, but now they're getting cold feet. Oh, and now they're gonna die.
Your friend had a terrible accident. Sadly, we must proceed without him. Barriss, come with me.
Have fun.
The lessons you learn from the Jedi greatly limit your power. Take this weapon and attack me.
Prepare to get absolutely smoked, Barriss. I'm sorry.
You're not armed.
I don't need to be. You're holding back. It makes you predictable. Stop fighting like a Jedi. Attack!
Ow. Ow. How does that not break your back?
Perhaps you're not as powerful.
Yeah, just what they're looking for. Just a giant pit of death.
You've impressed us.
Oh no, time to kill each other.
There's only room in our ranks for one.
Oh.
We don't have to do this. What are you doing?
Embracing the future.
So she has resistance. Oh. Ah! You're running out of room! Barriss.
Welcome, sister.
Frick. It's the Ahsoka Tano Enemies Club.
Now it is time you meet your new master.
Is he gonna recognize her? What's going on? So shiny. So new.
Rise, Inquisitors. Long live the Empire.
Oh god.
Long live the Empire.
Yeah, hide your face, girl. He's gonna recognize you. Oh my gosh. Well, that was literally everything that happened in that episode is, I believe, what happened for Barriss that we saw in the initial trailer. So like, what? I'm just gonna keep going next. We're gonna do the same thing as we did with Morgan. We're just gonna watch them all and then we're gonna talk. What happens next? That was everything that we saw in the trailers. So like, what? Oh, and this episode is titled Realization. Yeah, who's realizing that they recognize who? Which one is making the realization? Is it Barriss or Vader? Oh god.
Our target is known to be working with a local rebel cell.
It seems unclear whether a Jedi is involved or not.
The Grand Inquisitor wouldn't send us here if the intel wasn't credible. You should know better than to question that.
So what is all her hesitance? It's not like she hated the Jedi per se, it's just she hated what they had become. So it's not like she hates violence. Well, she just embraced it to get her point across. I don't know. She's a tough onion to peel.
These people have nothing. How can the Emperor allow this to happen?
They reap what they sow.
Then let's complete our mission and allow them to prosper.
Gosh, the graphics. Maybe it's realization that she doesn't belong here as an Inquisitor. She doesn't want to do it.
Where is the Jedi hiding?
There is no Jedi here.
The Jedi are dangerous. They can control your minds, make you do things you otherwise would not.
You know something. It's all right. You can tell me.
Is that better? Will you tell me what I want to know?
Do not press our patience on this matter.
There were never any Jedi here.
You should tell me the truth. They're hiding in the mountains. You did the right thing. Sister, the mountains.
You gave me your word.
Oh my sheesh. Anger management issues much?
Don't look back.
Huh. Definitely don't.
As Inquisitors, we bring order, not chaos. Creating fear will turn the people against us.
They were already against us.
Holy upper body strength. Uh-oh.
You're a traitor and a murderer.
The Jedi are gone. They pay for their hubris, but you don't have to. I know what it's like to be lied to be deceived. Aren't you tired of running?
I feel so alone.
Then come with me. They're still alive. We need to get them to the ship.
Let them die. It's not worth the trouble. The Jedi are a threat to be eradicated.
Then you have one Jedi left to deal with.
Plot twist. Okay, Barriss.
I won't let you die. You're not alone.
Well, what the frick are you gonna do now? You're gonna pay for that, I imagine. It's hard for me to, like, I'm rooting for her. I'm like, okay, but all of this is coming as a shock because she did inflict such violence to get her point across. Like, she was driven to, similarly to Morgan Elsbeth, a point of absolute just deranged, so blinded that she was driven to do a bad thing. Morgan Elsbeth, it's interesting. She had bad things inflicted upon her, lost everything, and that, fueled her with hate from there, versus Barriss kind of did she had the reverse. She did a really bad thing, but now she's not embracing the darkness so much. So this is freaking interesting. Shoot. But now, I mean, we obviously know that her sister lives. Dang. Well, we'll see where this goes. Episode 6, The Way Out. How are you gonna get out? Like, what? Huh?
We seek the healer. Follow me.
I like this hedgehog dude, whoever he is. Interesting character design. Jeez, look at that shot. My goodness, the graphics.
Come. She will see you.
Come forward. You're safe here.
I guess that's one way to evade the Empire. Hide out on this clearly middle of nowhere
There doesn't
barren
appear to be
planet.
anything wrong with you.
But the Empire came to our village and examined all of the children.
Something about Micah frightened them.
They wanted to take him away, so we fled.
I know of what you speak. My family faced a similar situation, but it was the Jedi who came and took me. Or darkness took me. But that was long ago.
Our child is a Jedi.
He would have been taken like I was to the temple and trained as a Jedi Knight. Now, such gifts are a curse.
Wise mother, someone is coming.
I have chills. It could be from looking at all the snow on this planet, but dang!
Take this family and go. Use my starship. The coordinates are in the ship's computer.
Where are we taking them?
To see an old friend. She'll understand what to do. Take everything I've taught you and pass it on.
What can we do to repay you?
Live. Now go.
Frick, she's gonna die. Just go with them. That person's still like a mile away. You can go. Who is it? Ooh. Oh. Ah. Whoops. Oh, frick.
Of course it's you. How ironic. We had almost stopped searching.
You should leave, Lynn. Is this who you have become? Chasing down innocent children?
I wouldn't expect you to understand. Now step aside.
Your anger makes you predictable.
Taunt her?
It's only proper to give them a head start.
Stand aside.
You do not know the path. If you go in, you will not come out.
Once I am finished with the child, I will be back for you.
Ah! Dang, is this how Barriss is gonna win without having to fight? Let her go crazy in here?
I don't want you to die here. Lay down your weapon.
Do you know what they'll do to me for my failure? Barriss! Barriss!
I am here.
I forgive you. I don't want your forgiveness. I want you to show is no way out. Is there?
That's what the Empire wants you to think.
Oh, her breath stopped.
I'm gonna get you out of here.
Did she die? I mean, I think she's dead. Whoa. All of this was so unexpected. What the what? What? Sorry, I'm just in a little bit of a brain blast right now because they... I'm a little sorry. What? Was that meant to be ambiguous, or am I just stupid? Based on recent Star Wars, we know that many people have taken a similar absolute to the abdomen before and survived. So, but they sorry, am I making this more confusing than it needs to be? You know, they made a note to point out it's freezing freaking cold, it's frigid, so you can see their breath. So Barriss's breath stopped. So I'm assuming I wasn't expecting that ending. Look at all of us when the first trailers came out and we were all hypothesizing like, all right, is Vader gonna kill Barriss? Like, you know, my brain, this whole arc for her was so highly unexpected, but I guess it shouldn't have been, because yes, she weaponized violence, like totally got to such a deranged point where she was so just blindly led by her just vendettas against the Jedi and what they had become, and how she became just, you know, weaponized to be a soldier. That's not what she wanted to be. That's not what she signed up for. Everything that the Jedi had become, she just didn't stand for. So she was driven, you know, so blindly by that rage to do a horrific thing. Like, totally not the right call at all. Like, she very much deserves what she gets after the fact. But I wasn't necessarily expecting her hesitance to embrace this welcome to the Inquisitor life. But I guess that shouldn't exactly come as a surprise, because she didn't hate the Jedi per se, she just hated what they had become, but she didn't hate, you know, trying to do the right thing, like trying to bring actual peace, you know? So she could see through all of the lies that they were being fed. You know, that was very interesting to see the Inquisitors, you know, part of their training is first getting the backstory on the Jedi, you know, are treasonous. They tried to, you know, execute the Emperor, you know, they turned against everyone in the galaxy, and she kind of never really buys into that, which is interesting, even though, again, she was so, by the point that she did what she did to sabotage them, to get her point across, you know, she really was so, you know, I guess I was expecting her to be a little bit more delighted at the sight of the Jedi Temple burning to the ground, but she never, it's interesting, she never really fully took that as things were over. The fact that she didn't express immediate joy at that sight, you know, speaks to, you know, the underlying truth of why she did what she did, and it's not, you know, what she was actually trying to say. And so, you know, that was very interesting to just see them all being kind of instilled with that kind of not brainwashing, but that propaganda. The Empire is what will bring order and peace, and if you're against us, then you're immediately an enemy, you know, and you must be dealt with. I just wasn't expecting freaking anything here for this. Again, the trailer is only really revealed for Barriss's arc what we see in her very first episode. So all of this was a mystery, and so I didn't predict. You know, I think everyone went into this thinking that she was going to come out being the next big Inquisitor to deal with, and perhaps, you know, showing up like in Ahsoka season 2 perhaps, or something, you know, because there's still baggage there. But to hear her there say, go to these coordinates, there's an old friend who will be waiting for you. Who could she be talking about? Does she like right her wrongs and mend her relationship with Ahsoka? Like, all of this is just, I didn't expect. And so this ending here, I'm just trying to grasp. Obviously, like, if she is truly dead, her final act here was saving her sister, her Inquisitor sister, to draw her out of, you know, this feeling of being trapped. You know, she said to herself, you know exactly what they'll do to me, knowing that I've failed. Barriss extending her that olive branch, giving her that out, the way out. You know, obviously that was big subtext, big symbolism for the actual, you know, what she's actually trying to escape, you know, the fear that is just overpowering and controlling her. I do think she is, I think she's dead. But her final act there, you know, she's at peace. She clearly went into that knowing, you know, she sent everyone, said, take my ship and don't come back for me. So she went into that, I think, knowing the way things were going to end, and knowing that even if she died, if it meant she would have to die in order to free her sister here, you know, she had no interest in killing her. She kept calling her by her real name, you know, Lynn. It kind of felt like a way of taunting her a little bit, but you know, it was really just trying to reach her, to get her to recognize, we've already lost everything, don't let them take that from you. So much was said there, just in that. That's what's wild about these just like 10-minute episodes. They can convey so much and have me here racking my brain. Like, did I interpret that correctly? She went into that knowing that even if it meant she had to die, she would not only save this innocent child, but save, you know, her sister, who's driven to the point, you know, so controlled, so, you know, afraid to do the right thing, that here she is now hunting down children. I need to rewatch that. I feel like, I don't know, was that vague, or was it pretty, to me, I interpret it as pretty concrete that she, you know, died. But she's also like a healer, like works of magic. Where I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into the ambiguity of that, and also the fact that, you know, a lot of people have survived a similar blow to the gut, literally, getting stabbed in similar fashion by a saber in Star Wars in recent history, so forgive me if I'm hesitant to think that that would kill her anymore, because we've seen other people survive that at this point, so I'm finding it a little hard to believe in this moment that maybe, like, her as a healer especially, unless she wanted to die. She wasn't at peace, you know, she says, I forgive you, and that was so stone cold for the Inquisitor to say, I don't want you to forgive me, I want you to get me the frick out of here. Like, unless, you know, the subtext was, no, don't die. Like, I need you to help show me the path of how to do the right thing and save myself. Maybe that's what it was. It was her begging, don't die. I need you to save me from myself. I mean, hands down, these Barriss episodes were, I think, the highlight of this Tales of the Empire. No offense, Morgan Elsbeth. There's so many layers there. It's like we have seen Barriss resort to extreme methods of violence. You know, she, in the name of trying to do the right thing, she does the complete antithesis. You know, she becomes exactly what she's trying to preach against. And we see her here. You know, when the moment came and she had to save herself, she was able to turn that switch on and force choke to save her life. Like, she has a little bit of like volatility. So that's why it's hard. It's interesting. It's tricky with her because she has that. She's capable of that, yet she's still so against it. So perhaps her journey here has been like forgiving herself. Maybe that's what she said to her, you know, when saying that to her sister, I forgive you, I think means, it also implies she's done the work to forgive herself. Like she said, you know, that was a long time ago and I've changed. I'm sorry. This was so probably incoherent. My brain's just really like, I just wasn't expecting any of this. That was interesting. That was really interesting. And I need to rewatch it because maybe I'm just reading too much into it. I don't know, but this is just leaving me feeling some type of way. Let me know if I'm really overanalyzing this too much. But yeah, hands down, again, not to pit them against each other by any means. They were both really fun to flesh out both of these characters and highlight some of their parallels and kind of the opposites of their journeys and how they get set on their respective paths. Thank you guys so much for watching this. This was really fun and I'm freaking sad that it's over. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys thought of this. I imagine people are really going to be talking about these Barriss ones. I feel like I have theories. I'm curious to see if you guys have theories too. I'm sure. I feel like that was left ambiguous. So if you're feeling that similar way, let me know what you think. Am I wrong? Is she going to survive? Is her Inquisitor sister Lynn going to save her? You know, that's the first step of her righting all of her wrongs. Like, do you think this will be the last that we ever see of Barriss? I don't know. Thank you so much for being patient as it took me a bit to get these out. I know I'm a little bit delayed. I hope you guys are doing so well as always, and I will see you guys again very, very soon. Bye, guys.